All right, here's this quick video on how to make a cracker. What I've got here is I've got some 1/8 inch dyneema, and all I did was cut a 4-foot piece of this right here. You can see a 4-foot piece. And then all I do is I separate the strands, and I pulled one individual strand out of that 1/8 inch dyneema. They're usually 12 strand hollow core. So here's my one piece. And again, this is 4 feet in length. Now all I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna match up these ends, and I'm gonna put them in this vise I have right here. And with my other end, I'm gonna put it in my cordless drill, and I'll just tighten that up. And just tighten it up. So then once it's nice and tight, you're gonna pull it taut, and you're just gonna let it run. Now you don't want to go too crazy with it. You can like give on it, and you want it to just kind of be ready to fold over. So you see how it's starting to fold over a little more? And there, see how it broke right there? Like it folded over? That's kind of where you want to be, right at that point. So then I'll pull and put a bit of tension on it, and I'll fold it in half again, and then I'll kind of twist it a couple times like that, just to get it started. Now I'm going to take off the drill, I'll pull it out of my vise, and now this is a start right here. I'm going to move my camera. Down a bit. All right. So now we've got this guy. You can see there's our eye. We've got our full length, and then we've got our end here. Now what I like to do is I've got a pair of these little forceps or whatever they're called, and I'll measure out a specific length. For me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 4 inches, and then I'm gonna put 2 inches of the phrase on the end of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my forceps and I'm gonna just clamp right at the 4-inch mark. And then I'm gonna loosen this up. I'll try to be quick with this. I know it's getting to be a longer video. So then I'll find my strand that is not the loop with the 2 ends, and I'll undo this. And now what I'll do is I'll take one of these strands, tuck away the other strands, and with this one strand, I'm gonna loop under. I'm gonna go double knot, so I'm gonna do that twice. Double overhand. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it tight. Make sure to stay on this side of the clamps. I'm gonna pull that tight. Now what I'm gonna do is loosen these. I'm gonna pull it tight again, so that knot slips into place. And usually what I'll do, just to really secure it, is I'll put a tiny little dot of glue just at the end. At the very end I'll do this. So before I do that, what I'll do is measure out again, and I'm gonna do 2 inches. cut it. I don't have the sharpest knife right here, but this dyneema stuff is pretty tough. You're better off getting yourself a pair of good shears. All right. So now I'll loosen up this end a little bit. It would be better if you had a nice pair of shears so you can get a clean cut, but I don't have that on hand at the moment. So I'll loosen these, separate them. And that's the gist of it. You can fluff these up. They'll fluff as you kind of start to throw. But that's the gist of it. And then it's just a quick on and off. You kind of untie it, then you can slip that over whatever hole you have. Yeah, that's how I do mine. And they work pretty well. So, thanks.